Water is more important than oil. And those who understand this are participating in protests of the Dakota Access Pipeline right now. The construction of the Dakota Access Pipeline goes across North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, and Illinois. The pipeline endangers those states' water aquifers. And
by the way, those states you just mentioned, worst tour ever.
Yes.
Worst comedy tour ever.
So the pipeline endangers those states' water aquifers and threatens the Missouri River. The Standing Rock Sioux protests have brought Native American communities together against this pipeline. Environmentalists, tribe members, and lawyers have been able to get temporary stops that get overturned in the courts. The pipeline was underway. It was halted. It was underway. It was halted. And right now, it's still underway. Native American communities have come together with Standing Rock Sioux tribe to protest the pipeline. Energy Transfer Partners Corporation, with jurisdiction given by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, have been building on Native American burial lands.
Oh, they're going to get cursed. That's the fast way to a haunting.
What's the big deal? If a private company bulldozed through Arlington Cemetery, would everyone be cool with that? The actress Shailene Woodley, star of the Divergent movie series, is the most visible spokesperson for these protests. She was so visible that they arrested her. Shailene and 26 other protesters were charged with criminal trespassing. In a press conference, Morton County Sheriff said the people arrested were rioting. We're rioting. Just in case you weren't sure if the cops in North Dakota were also complete fucking assholes. So let's watch. Here's the footage of them rioting.
Jesus Christ.
Looks intense.
They're not in Iraq. They're not in Afghanistan. They're in North Dakota. This is what we've done to America. So what we do to people in Fallujah, now we're doing it back here. Whatever we do to people overseas, we're eventually going to do to ourselves. And look at what we're doing.
Hold up.
Was that Shailene?
Look at the militarized police forces working on behalf of corporations, because that's what they're doing. They're there at the behest of a corporation. They've brought rifles. They've released dogs. They've used tear gas.
They showed up in an MRAP. They showed up in a mine-proof car.
Look at the military gear, the guns, the armored vehicle. Is this an occupied war zone? No. This is America today. Rural America today. A country that considers protesting a criminal act. United States today. Let's watch some more.
Trespassed on the property, so you're being placed under arrest.
Yeah, but so did hundreds of people. We were all down there. When you asked us to leave, we did.
You're identified.
You're identified.
All right, I'm being arrested.
Wow, it's evident how threatening and aggressive
Because
she
I was
is
trespassing like
in her
everyone
scarf.
else. But as soon as you guys asked me to leave, I left.
She looks like
was
she's
down
dressed
there.
as
Everybody
Rhoda.
was down there. I'm being arrested. I was down there with everybody else. I don't know what's going on. As soon as they came, I left. It's because I'm well known. It's because I have 40,000 people watching. Alright, so everybody knows we were going to our vehicle, which they had all surrounded and waiting for me with giant guns and the giant truck behind them, just so they could arrest me, so they knew this would happen. I hope you're watching mainstream media. I hope you're watching. Ask where she's being taken.
Yes, stay back.
May I ask where she's being taken? May I ask where she's
Thank God they had an entire
Look at this guy.
SWAT team to arrest that
Look at
lady.
this guy. What a pussy. What a gigantic pussy this guy is. Look how tough you... Hey, we're going to go fuck up some people protesting for water. Why don't you go get a job, you loser? Go get a job. Go do something for America instead of beating up people for a corporation. Ugh. I hope you're watching mainstream media. Probably not. Because the same interests who want this pipeline also have a pipeline across the corporate media. The media is already polluting the nation by pumping up methane spewers like Donald Trump. Actual investigative journalism cannot be tolerated in our country. Dia Schlossberg, the executive producer of Josh Fox's movies, was covering the tar sands pipeline protest, and she was arrested. A journalist covering the protests was arrested. She was there covering the events as a journalist. But it is a punishable offense when you commit acts of journalism against the corporation. Good journalists receive campaign emails and plant stories. I've said this before. Where is the Democratic Party leadership on this? Where are they? Where is Hillary Clinton on this? Where is Barack Obama? Where's Denny Stoyer? What about our potential future president? Hillary Clinton has taken in more money from the oil and gas industry than any other candidate. The Dakota pipeline is a multi-billion-dollar operation backed by the investing of Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Citibank, in other words, all of Hillary Clinton's closest donors. The Dakota pipeline protest is an opportunity for Hillary Clinton. She could prove she's not a bought politician, and she could prove she would fight for the environment instead of corporations, but she ain't. Fracking contaminates our water. Money contaminates our politics. Apathy contaminates our future. Right now, there are arrest warrants for presidential candidate Jill Stein and Democracy Now! Host Amy Goodman. But war criminals and Wall Street bankers are courted by our potential future president. What's going on in our country? Is this the United States of America or the United States of corporations? Activist shouts, shut it down. The establishment shouts, shut up. Which means we need to shout a little louder.
There is a new development tonight in the Dakota Access Pipeline story. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers are now refusing to authorize and permit the continuation of the construction. The Dallas company who owns the project insists that they will complete their project one way or another. Manila Chan has that story tonight.
In a surprising turn, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says they won't authorize construction of the $3.8 billion Dakota Access Pipeline to resume. Further to that, the Corps reiterated its request to the pipeline company to, quote, voluntarily stop work on private land in the area. The Corps of Engineers, along with the Justice Department and the Interior Department, issued a joint statement essentially saying that the government was not ready to allow pipeline work on its land bordering Lake Oahe and the land underneath the lake. Lake Oahe serves as the water reservoir for the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe. RT spoke with the chairman of the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe, David Archambault II, just days ago when he was here at Capitol Hill.
This is indigenous peoples around the world share constant abuse from corporations and from governments. And they have indigenous lands and they have indigenous rights, and we're building awareness, and it's a movement that's arising in indigenous people, and it's encouraging to see that. That was the most productive thing that I seen, where countries around the world are starting to realize that it's time to take a look at what's really happening.
The pipeline owners say they're committed to completion of their project that runs through 4 U.S. states. The nearly 1,200-mile-long pipeline has already cost $1.6 billion and is about 60% complete at this point. The Midwest Alliance for Infrastructure Now group, better known as MAIN, is a backer of the project. MAIN spokesman Craig Stevens is now calling on the White House to get involved to allow construction, stating, quote, and I'm paraphrasing here, to do otherwise would undermine our nation's regulatory regime and chill American infrastructure development, costing Americans their jobs and ultimately our nation its progress. On Sunday, a federal appeals court ruled that construction may be resumed on the contested site. However, the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe, along with several celebrity supporters, say they are not backing down from their fight to protect their land. For the news with Ed Schultz in Washington, I'm Manila Chan.
I'm being arrested.
Shailene Woodley was arrested on Monday for criminal trespassing, the Morton County Sheriff's Office confirmed to ET. The 24-year-old was protesting the construction of an oil pipeline that will run through North and South Dakota.
I'm being arrested. I was down there with everybody else. I don't know what's going on. As soon as they came, I left. It's because I'm well known. It's because I have 40,000 people watching.
Shailene documented the protest live on her Facebook.
Anyway, riot police are arriving. Riot police arriving at this peaceful protest where people are praying.
The protest comes one day after the federal court rejected the Standing Rock Tribe's request to halt construction on the project. Shailene called it a peaceful protest.
And right on the eve of National Indigenous Day. Convenient, huh? It's disgusting. Anyway, riot police are arriving. Riot police arriving at this peaceful protest where people are praying, tying up tobacco ties, prayer ties. Can't. Does this look threatening to you guys? Doesn't to me. They have batons. Batons. They have frickin' batons. This is actually so scary. How do we get out of here? I can't get arrested. Come on, hey. Fight back! Stand up! Fight back! With our brothers and our sisters, we stand for our people, one nation. We stand for our I was just told that the cops are following me. That's what we do. Send some prayers.